Yo, what is going on, guys? Got another video for you guys today. This time I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my Ragnaloardmon black build. So this is interesting because black is known to be a very defensive deck, right? We got a lot of blockers in this deck. Black has things like Gotsumon, Guardromon, and then even Machine Dramon, and a really strong Mega blocker. But with some of the newer cards that were revealed, we actually have access to like a lot of offensive plays now. So that's kind of what this deck is focused on. It's like a interesting mix up of both offensive and defensive plays. So you can kind of adjust that to your own play style and make adjustments as necessary. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get into it. So starting off with the rookies, we got for Gotsumon. This is the only rookie blocker I believe we have, or at least the only one I'm playing. It's good because, of course, it's 0 evolution cost, 3 to play, not too bad. And then having a rookie blocker is just very good sometimes, you know. So typically, you'll usually wait until you have like a mega or maybe higher to start attacking your opponent's security. So unless you're playing some sort of rookie rush deck. But having a rookie blocker is really nice because they're expendable. It's cheap, just 3 cost to play. So it's kind of nice just to be able to block attacks, block any opponent problem Digimon. But yeah, all around just a good rookie, very versatile. The only thing with a lot of these blockers is they get -2 memory when they attack. And you'll actually see in the gameplay video I post that I actually did attack with my blockers quite a bit. Probably not the best idea just because it's very inefficient. But yeah, definitely a good all-around rookie. And then probably the best one, well, I think they're all really good in their own right, but best in terms of inheritable skill is Toy Agumon because he gives any Digimon on top of him reboot. And if you don't know what reboot does, it's basically during your opponent's active phase, if this Digimon is rested, it'll become active. So a Digimon with reboot can avoid being attacked, and if it's a blocker, it can block again during your opponent's turn, which is really good. So this gives it reboot, and then a lot of the other Digimon in this deck work around that, like they'll work in tandem with the fact that your Digimon has reboot, get certain bonus effects, things like that. So Toy Agumon, just a really good rookie overall. And then here's one of the new Legend Arms. We're getting an in a Union Impact, excuse me. So when he's played, you can excavate the top 5 and add a Ragnaloardmon and a Legend Arms type Digimon from those to your hand. And Legend types, or sorry, the type is down here in the bottom right. You can see rookie data armor Legend Arms right here. And if you'll notice, all of the his whole evolution line has Legend Arms down here, Legend Arms down here, and it even includes himself. Like if you reveal one of himself, you can add it straight to your hand. But the potential for a +2 is just really good, especially for only a 3 cost. It really helps you dig deeper and set up for your future plays with Ragnaloardmon. Right. So then the only other rookies we're playing is Hagurumon. Just because I wanted more rookies. If you know me, you know I like playing a high rookie count. I think it's very consistent, and then it's only a 2 cost, so can't go wrong with that. Alright, so then for the champions, only 2 Greymon. You could definitely play more. He's a very good in tandem with Toy Agumon if this Digimon has reboot, right? So if you have maybe an ultimate or a mega on top of him and Toy Agumon, it'll also get jamming. Basically meaning that if he does attack a security Digimon and that security Digimon is higher than the attacking, then you won't die. So it's very good, both reboot and jamming. It's basically you're just trying to like power up your Ragnaloardmon to get as strong as possible so that he doesn't die. So Greymon pretty good. The only reason I'm not playing more is just because I didn't have like that much room for him. You'll see, I feel like some of these other champions are just like better, especially Numamon. One of my favorite cards right here, basically because he's a 1 cost to evolve. That's just so good. There's not too many 1 cost champions available in the game, so the ones we do have, being Numamon, I feel like you should definitely max out on. And then we got Kurisarimon, pretty good for a 2 cost champion, also a blocker, and then a 4 cost to play, which is hardly more than a rookie. You know, a lot of rookies are 3, some are even 4 cost to play. So getting a blocker, a champion blocker on the field for 4 is not honestly that bad. And then this guy, Ludomon, having a hard time pronouncing these names. He's good just because he's a Legend Arms. I'm not playing 4 just because, like, he doesn't do that much, and you'll see that with like the ultimate version of him too. Is like these Digimon are good, just because they're Legend Arms, just because they're searchable off of the rookie, which is like the best one. But if you wanted to play just like a pure like offensive black build, you could just like max out all of the Legend Arm Digimon to get like the highest chance possible that you'll excavate one. But yeah, his inheritable is pretty good. It's just sometimes I don't find myself like using it that much. Um, but yeah, not much else to say there. So then moving on to the ultimates, we got 4 of Metal Greymon. This inheritable effect I think is probably one of the best ones. If this Digimon has reboot, which it almost always will. If Ragnaloardmon has it himself, but if not, you can give it with Toy Agumon, then you get Security Attack +1. And Ragnaloardmon already has Security Attack 1, so you can take out a decent amount of security if you're able to get this guy underneath them. So really good in that regard. And then we got Raijuludum on here. Again, not much to say, just because he's a Legend Arms, that's why we're playing him. And 3 cost to Digivolve is pretty standard for Ultimates. And then I'm playing 2 Metal Mamimon. I was testing him out. He's pretty okay. Basically, when he's Digivolved, you can add a Virus attribute level 7 from your trash to your hand. So the only one that would be is Millenniumon, right? Oh, actually, no. Ragnaloardmon is also a virus. For some reason, I thought he was a data because the others are actually datas. But so yeah, you can revive any of your level 7s, which it comes up. So the potential +1 for a 3 cost to Digivolve isn't that bad. Just testing out because he's one of the newer cards. And then as far as the megas go, we have Brywaludramon. Again, not much to say in terms of like his effect. Like, yeah, he gives you blocker, that's great. But mainly you're playing him because of Ragnaloardmon's effect, and you could definitely max out on him if you wanted to. But I just prefer Machine Dramon and High Endramon. Machine Dramon, just because I mean he's he's an 11,000 blocker. Oftentimes you can get him to more. If you have Kapurimon or like something else underneath them, you can get him to 12,000. But just having that strong of a blocker is really good. And I mean, black is a defensive deck to begin with, and I feel like playing this guy, especially with D-Digivolve 2, you have the option to just play him straight from your hand. It can get around a lot of troublesome Digimon, like things like Millenniumon or Omnimon. But yeah, Machine Dramon good. But yeah, if you wanted to like max out Legend Arms, you could play 4 of that guy. And then 4 High Andromon, just because your goal is to like get this guy on the field. So like having a 2 cost mega is pretty nice. Plus he's 12,000, so you can already like start swinging with him on your opponent's security, not really have to worry about anything. Okay, so then as far as like the level 7s, I'm playing 2 Ragnalord and 1 Millenniumon. Again, just because I like having the option of like instant removal with the Millenniumon, and then also he has that recursion where if he dies, you can like bring him back from the graveyard. But like I said, I've been saying, you could play like more of him if you wanted to. I'm just messing around with the ratios at this point. But this guy, Ragnaloardmon, is super good. For 1, he looks awesome. 2, he has security attack +1. So if you don't have Metal Greymon underneath him, he can already take out 2 security. Sometimes he'll take out 3 if you do. Not only that, but then he has reboot. So then it's very hard. He's already 14,000 DP. It's very hard for your opponent to get rid of him, because maybe if they have something like an Omnimon, they can't even attack him because he'll be active during their turn, even if you attack last turn, right? So that's insane. And then also he's the only 3 cost level 7 we have in the game. Millenniumon and Omnimon are both 6s, which is high, but that's to be expected of like these really powerful Digimon. But Ragnaloardmon, maybe it's because like he doesn't give you any like removal as soon as he's summoned, but he's only a 3 cost, which is nice. And then also this is why Brywaludramon is good. Because if you do have him underneath, you can return him to your hand and then get +3 memory, so you're essentially summoning him for free. So, like I said, if you play like a pure Legend Arms build, or maybe like a red-black mix, and you focus it around just like gaining that memory, you can drop level 7s pretty easily. So yeah, just good on many accounts, a great level 7. And then, like I said, 1 Millenniumon, just because I like that removal. It's just an option. But just playing both the black level 7s here. And then the only other cards in the deck are the eggs right here. Tsumamon, just because I like having 5 eggs. And then Kapurimon is really like the only good black egg we have right now. Just because like if this Digimon has reboot, it gets plus 1000 DP, which a lot of your Digimon will have, right? You have Metal Greymon, you have Ragnaloardmon, and then you have Toy Agumon to like give anything reboot if you want. So you're almost always getting that plus 1000 boost. And then as far as the deck goes, there are a couple of other options, right? These were revealed more recently. Um, so you could play something like Garurumon. It doesn't really help out the defensive nature of this deck, but it is good in the sense that it's one of the only Digimon with an actual security effect. So if you do end up, like if it does go from the security stack to the graveyard, you can actually just play it for free. Crest Garurumon is also really good, for one, because he has reboot, so that kind of synergizes with your whole strategy. But then also for each Digimon your opponent has, so like let's say they have 3, you can reveal that many and then summon a level 5 black or red Digimon. And this whole deck is black, right? So you could potentially summon like anything that's, you know, ultimate or lower for free, which is really good. You know, you could run into something like Ludomon, get a plus off of that. So Crest-Gurumon is definitely another option. And then Power of Breath I thought was a very interesting card, because it basically like guarantees that your Digimon is not going to die, right? If you're, it gives one of your Digimon reboot, right? So your opponent can't attack over it. Its DP can't be reduced, so something like Shine Greymon or Kentorismon won't really work, right? Can't die that way, and it can't be returned to the hand or deck. So something like Terror Cluster or Millenniumon, like none of those will work. So for only a 2 cost, and it gives you like multiple layers of protection, I think if you wanted to like go the more defensive route and just focus on like getting Ragnaloardmon on the field, or getting Machine Dramon on the field and just protecting them, so your opponent can't deal with them, I think Power of Breath is a very viable option. And then in terms of like offensiveness, you could also play Beast Cyclone, which gives everything security attack +1. So these are 2 more interesting option cards that you could definitely play, and I think would be worth it. Like honestly, these are great cards. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you for watching, and look forward to more Digimon content.